Welcome to Realtor Gary Kelly's podcast on all things real estate.
Hi, this is Gary Kelly. We're here at La Java with Brad Avergon from Envision Bank. And today I want to spend some time and talk about HELOCs. So I don't know what a HELOC is. Is this a HELOC? The little thing you spin over and they bend? Or is this a HELOC where you snap it on?
That's a lot of coffee there, Gary.
It is. So tell me, what's a HELOC?
So HELOC is an acronym for Home Equity Line of Credit. And what it is it is a line of credit that's tied to your home. Think of it as a credit card that's attached to your house, okay? It's a line of credit, which means it can be scaled up, it can be scaled down. The good news is that you only pay the interest on it for a period of time. So it's interest only for usually anywhere between 10 and 15 years. And at the end of that 10 and 15 years, whatever the outstanding balance is, freezes and is then amortized out over a 10 or 15 year period, depending on which lender is writing the HELOC or the home equity line of credit. And so it's a great tool for folks because it allows them to borrow money as they need it, but then pay it back down again and still have that line of credit and that liquidity when they want it. So it's a great tool.
So one of the things that struck me very recently at a personal level is my condo homeowners association decided to give me a gift. And the gift was an assessment of $15,000, just under, so that they could put roofs on buildings that I don't live in within the complex. You can imagine how pleased that email, I actually got it via email, how pleased I was to get that. And so the debate is, I don't know about you, but my wallet doesn't have 15 grand sitting in it.
Sure.
So what do I do? Now, I didn't have the money, I ended up using part of my 401k, but that to me is stupid because I'm paying taxes on that. A HELOC would have been a better play, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I don't encourage people to go into their retirement funds in order to try to get some short-term liquidity on funds. There's a lot of reasons not to do that. The IRS penalties could be one of them. Taxability of that income could be another. There's a lot of reasons not to do it. But a home equity line of credit will allow you to get those funds when you need them, whether it to be for a building assessment or perhaps something happens with the car and you have to replace it, or something happens with the water heater or the roof. It's a great way to take a solid asset, which is your home, and make it liquid. It turns it into cash so that you can use it as you need to. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you can pay it down over a period of time. You're only paying the interest on it, and during that time, you can keep those payments minimal. And then when you have the capital, whether it be through a bonus or a tax refund or something like that, you can pay that principal back down again. Usually they have like an annual fee of $50 or something.
But a HELOC would not be something that people should use for living expenses.
Well, I don't encourage people to do it on a day-to-day basis, and certainly don't use it, to plan a trip to Vegas and that at all. I think it's a great tool, but I encourage people to use it for emergencies, similar to a situation where you get an assessment or something happens and you need cash quickly. It's a great tool. I also call it the cheapest form of unemployment insurance because when you think about it, if somebody gets laid off, maybe it takes 6 months or so to get a job, you can to get another job, you can use that to pay for food, electricity, mortgage payments. You can use that line of credit for pretty much everything to help you span that gap while you're moving from one position to another. So it's a great tool to have, and I encourage people definitely to use it.
Great. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming out today. We're going to go spend some time and talk about a HELOC right now. Thanks, everyone.